Hello, strong people. Week 4, day 2 of All American Pro-Am Prep. It is deadlift day. We have, it's not quite, it's kind of a deload. Percentage-wise, it's still higher, which it kind of needs to be about 2 weeks out, depending on the event. So we got bag toss. My throat's a little funky. I had to be on phones all day today, and there's something about it. If I talk for too long, my throat physically hurts. Not like a scratchy throat, but there's something in my neck that bothers me. That hurts. Really weird. But we got bag toss. I think it's 40 pounds. So lighter than what it was Saturday, which is kind of how it's been, light, heavy. And then I think we're going back to frame for this week. I'm actually curious about something real quick. Ooh, perfect tape measure right there. So we're going back to frame. Trap bar last week was just kind of a switched up. But I want to see something real quick. I think I measured this before, but what I'm doing right now is I'm measuring the width of this frame. I guess it's not too terrible. That's like 30 inches or something across. Probably a little bit less once I actually pick it. Just because the way that I have that frame set up, it kind of tilts in a little bit because it's not a true frame. It's just I have the frame converters on. So, but the reason I bring that up is we got the dimensions for the car deadlift. So, now I've used this car deadlift frame before. I actually sold it to 580 Barbell Josh the very first time I came to 580. But I have not used it since probably 2-3 years before then. It was like one of the very first strongman movements I did. And I did it like 2 or 3 times, and back then I was just kind of winging it, I didn't really think anything. But there's definitely a little bit of a learning curve to it, if I remember right. I've been going back and kind of watching the videos that I did do, where I did do it, so. Car parked out there or something? No. But it wasn't, obviously what I had on it whenever I did it the first time was much, much lighter, so it's going to be heavy this time around. But as far as dimensions go, it's tough dimensions. So it's a 12-inch pick height. The frame is 34 inches across. So if you're, just to give you an idea of what you're looking at, if you have a Rogue trap bar, that is 25 inches across. It is a full 9-inch difference. It's an extra 4.5 inches on each side that you're pulling from. So the 12-inch height doesn't matter all that much. The width of the frame is usually the harder part. Obviously, if it's lower, a 12-inch pick versus 19 is going to be a lot different. But in my opinion, the width is what really kind of determines how difficult a side handle lift is going to be. Specifically like a frame if you're running with it. Deadlift with straps, maybe not as much, but still. So, and there's no real great way to replicate it. Yeah, it's just not ideal. So, crap, I didn't actually, oh no, never mind. I was going to say I didn't think about the height on the frame this week. I was like, how am I going to set this up? But then I remembered my coach told me to go back to a regular, just whatever height it is, which I think is 15 or something. Just because that last week kind of annihilated me. It was just too heavy, too low. It was full. It was not RPE 10, but it was pretty dang close. We're not going to do that this week. We're not pushing it that crazy. So it's supposed to be a little bit pulled back this week. After that, no RDLs. And then we have a max pin hold max time, I should say. It's 400 pounds, so 100 pounds less than comp weight, but it's full, whatever I can do. So I'm not looking forward to this event. I don't think I'm going to do very well, if I'm being honest, but you never know. It's a weird event. So I remember last week, or was it Monday maybe? I don't remember. But I was saying how I don't think I'm fully like in the mode to get ready for a competition. Mentally maybe. There's something, this happens like every competition. I don't know what it is. But whenever it gets towards the end of like a training cycle and I'm gearing up for another show, I'm like, I get tired of my music. I get tired of the same old music. Everything seems to just kind of not hit the same. And usually like 2 weeks out, a week out, somewhere in there, there's like a new song or two that kind of comes out. And I don't know what it is, but I'm just like, all right, now I got new fuel. Like I was driving to work this morning, and now I heard these songs, was it Monday or Tuesday? They just came out, I think. And today I'm driving to work. It's 7 in the morning, and I'm just like, all right. Just I can feel like the adrenaline pumping. I was like, what is going on? I'm like, it's 7 in the morning. I can't do an adrenaline dump right now. And I was just like, oh, I want to compete. I'm ready to go. Something that simple. And then on the way home today from work, the same thing. I put them on. I was like, I am feeling these songs. So, it also hit me that I haven't truly pushed anything that super stupid crazy. They've been fairly low impact events. Frame deadlifts have been difficult. They've been heavy, but it's a lot of reps. Log, I haven't, like I've pushed it, but it's not like, I don't believe there's like an RP 10 log for me. It's kind of like it either goes or it doesn't go. At least when I push press. Strict press, yeah, there's absolutely a 10. But like there's no heavy yoke. There's pin holds, but it's not like super strenuous. Sandbag runs, not a huge deal. Bag toss is kind of boring. I just feel like I haven't really pushed my CNS to like really strain it all that much. So I want something to do that. I love that feeling. That's why I do this. So I got a little taste of it last week with that trap bar, but nothing else. Like the yoke for regionals was light. Axle, we got up there a little bit, but it's kind of the same thing. I don't really grind through those all that much. Yeah, just nothing's been overly crazy. So I miss it. I want something really, really heavy, which I'm sure America's will be, but Pro-Am first. I've now talked for 8 minutes straight. Let's actually lift. Oh, wow. That looked terrible. Do I always look like that? I know I've only done sandbag throws, but oh my God. I'm so stuffy. It's hard to swallow. I must have allergies or something pretty bad. That's terrible. Throws were pretty good. Something that I've done differently. Oh my God, that sun is so hot out there. I was standing out there before my first set, and then I like adjusting the camera, whatever else. double checking the program, and I am at my back to the sun, and I was just standing there, and I realized, I was like, why am I on fire? It's just the sun and this shirt. It was a really bad combo. I made it feel like I was being cooked, just dripping in sweat like I am now. But so I got my first set done real quick after that, and then came in here and stayed out of the sun a little bit. But it's still hot temperature-wise in here. Those throws are pretty good. Something that I have tweaked is before so this was a disagreement for a little bit with me and my coach on deadlifts. This is going to relate back to deadlifts. So every time so what he told me to do, and I agree on higher pulls, I guess, to a point. But on deadlifts from the floor, what he would have me do is pick a point out in front of me, like 2 feet up on the wall. So my head would be packed up a little bit, and I wouldn't have like a neutral neck. I'd have it kind of wrenched back a little bit. I didn't feel like I had much power off the floor like that. It felt like I was in my own way. So I did like a comparison one day where I had my head neutral and I had my head up. I sent them both to him, and he's like, yeah, you're right. Keep that head neutral. It was a big difference in how I felt. Same thing is applying to sandbag. When I keep that head neutral out of the hole, and sometimes even like almost tuck it down when I'm bringing the sandbag back for the backswing, I feel like I explode out of the hole so much better. Like it felt like those 40s were flying, which they should be. But still, it just feels much better. It is a little bit of a tricky thing to get the release point quite right when I do that, because I'm used to this distance being traveled, and now I'm almost extending it a little bit by putting my head down and kind of letting the bag swing back a little bit further. So it's a pretty easy adjustment to make. It's just I got to be aware of it right now. It's not like a second nature type of thing. So, but I'm very happy with that. Oh, now the sun goes behind a cloud, of course. But I'm very happy about that. I don't know. I'm feeling more confident with bags every day. Confident enough to get to 60? Probably not. Who knows though? All right. I have more strongman stuff to talk about, but like, there's sweat just pooling off my elbow right now. But I've talked a lot, so I'm gonna go get ready for trap or frame deadlifts, trap, whatever you want to call them. You know something I'm a little bit sad about? That I'm not doing OSG regionals this year, or not doing OSG this year. After I found out I qualified, obviously I won the regional, qualified for ASM, America's Strongest Man, in the Arnold. I made the decision there to not do OSG just because I think it'd be too much. And I still think it would be, but man, it sucks to not being able to go. I love the events. See if I can remember them. In the prelims, there's 4 events. So there's a frame carry. I think it's 8, 10, down 50 feet, back 50 feet. That'd be the heaviest frame carry I've ever done, by far. Like good 50 pounds, 60 pounds maybe. So there's that. And then there's log again. I think I mentioned the log on 3 logs, Trump logs, heaviest one being 400. And then deadlift ladder. So it's 4 bars instead of 5. They took one out from the last time they did it. Last bar being a Kratos bar, Cerberus Kratos bar, which is like the 10-foot long bar. And then it's like the last weight's like 850, which would be a PR on its own. But I think my deadlift is, I don't want to say 900 because I've never pulled 900, but I feel like on a good deadlift bar with a suit, I could touch 900. You know, if everything went completely right. It's not like I could just throw it on and do that right now, but That's just a guess, honestly. So I could be off. But how many events was that? Frame, log, deadlift. Oh, I'm going to forget when this is going to bother me. There's a sandbag steeplechase. There's a circus dumbbell ladder, which is pretty cool. That's a final event, though. And there's something else. Oh, no. Okay, I remember them all now. And a natural stone series. So, yeah, the prelims are log, deadlift, ladder, steeplechase, and I literally just said them all. Frame. Log, frame, deadlift, steeplechase. Finals events are dumbbell ladder and natural stone series. I love those events. God, that bothers me that I'm not going to be there, but I had to make a choice, so. Was it the right one? I don't know. I don't think there's really a wrong one, but either way, I'm committed to this one. There's no change in that now, so. All right, I've talked enough. Let's get into deadlifts. All right. What is that? I'm going to Google that, see if there's something wrong with me. Because it hurts. I don't feel very good. I don't know what it was, but me starting the workout like that out in the sun, it like drained the life out of me for some reason. I'm just tired. But there's work to be done. So this is supposed to be 3 sets of 7, 1 minute rest in between each set. So here we go. I'm not going to time. I need a gym timer, but I'm not going to time everything exactly. I'm just going to kind of go by feel. So I don't know what this is going to feel like because warm-ups have all kind of felt but we'll see. Feels terrible. I don't know if I should be doing this right now. That feels like 800 pounds. I don't know if it's just me being a little bit mentally weak right now or if I'm just that dead. I'm gonna pause this and revisit it here in a second. All right, so I sat for a little bit trying to decide what to do. My throat hurts. I keep saying that because every time I don't notice it too much until I talk. But no more deadlifts today. I don't feel like it's worth it. I don't feel beat up. I just feel kind of drained, fatigued. I am still I'm going to do the pin hold for sure. Honestly, this is kind of like ideal scenario to do the pin hold. It's the last event of the show, I believe. So I may feel this bad at the end of the show. Who knows? But so it's going to suck, but it's kind of the point. That's kind of the whole point of the event. So I'm going to move this stuff out of the way, load up the pin, and we'll do a max hold at 400 pounds. So I don't even know what gas I'm going to get. So we'll see. Alright, that's the end of the video. Wow. I don't really know why I'm so just tired, fatigued today. But it is that time of prep. Even though it was a short prep, I still feel like this, even if I had done like a full 8, 12 week, whatever prep, I still feel like this is what I would feel like about right now. So it makes sense for me. I seem to crash pretty hard about a week and a half out, 2 weeks out. But that's just kind of the plan, so. I felt like I could have gone longer in that pin hold. My head wasn't quite in it. I made the mistake of opening my eyes and seeing that there was like this random truck parked at the end of my driveway. It makes me mad when people park there because there's a blind hill like right in front of that. So like you're literally blocking the path for the right side of the road. It's dangerous. It's dumb. Pull in the driveway. Well, you gotta be stupid. I shouldn't let that get the best of me. I mean, I'm gonna be at a fair. There's gonna be people walking around. Just that's how not in it my head was at that point in time. It's not bad. I'm okay with that time. I feel like I could maybe match that with comp weight. I don't know. It's all going to depend. It's going to be game day, you know, a little bit of adrenaline, where I'm at placing wise at that point. You know, it's how gritty are you? How much can you do? I don't know. I like events like that, but it's not really a strength thing. It's fine. But the heavy stuff is pretty much done. I don't have a training day. Well, I have event stuff this Saturday, but it's not like, well, maybe I'll do a Friday. I don't know yet. Maybe I'll do it Friday. I don't know. I haven't decided yet, but I only have one more training day this week. So, that's exciting. Get to rest up a little bit. I slept like almost a full 8 hours last night, too. I figured I'd feel better, but it's just that point in prep, I guess. Mentally, it's a little bit tough because I just competed, so it's weird to feel like this already. I don't know. It's just weird. It's odd for me to compete kind of back-to-back like this. I know it's not back-to-back weekends, but it's just something I got to get used to. If I don't plan on doing this like all the time. It's just, it is what it is. So, I don't know. We'll see how things go. Oh, in case you're wondering, my AC was temporarily fixed. I say temporarily because it's still kind of broken. There's a leak, but we weren't going to bother fixing it because it's like 30 years old. But my buddy, I'm going to double check. I'm going to pause this part. I was right. My buddy's HVAC company is K&M Mechanical. So if you're in like Northwest PA, like Erie, Meadville, you know, that's your guy. Crazy hard worker. But he came over, helped me out. When I say help me out, I mean like I didn't do anything except stand around. He did his thing, and then I gave him money, you know. But he fixed it for now, so we'll replace it at some point. But it is no longer 85 degrees in my house. It's a nice 71, which is fine. Feels great compared to what it was, so that's cool. I'm going to fall asleep sitting in this chair. I think that's where I need to call it, so. I feel like I was going to say something else, but I don't know what it was, so oh well. Until next time, go out, get strong, stay strong, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.